All right, perfect.
Okay.
All right, I'm just going to get my screen up here. Okay, Kathy, we're all set.
Okay, welcome to everyone. This is our first ever National KidsMeet Canada webcast. We're very excited to welcome students from coast to coast who will be sharing what it's like to live in their communities. If you're watching the webcast, we hope that you'll join in on the conversation by using the Today's Meet back channel or a live chat. A back channel is a conversation that's going to be taking place alongside the live webcast where you can share your thoughts, your ideas, and your questions anytime. To join the Today's Meet, if you haven't already, please visit todaysmeet.com /KidsMeet Canada. I want to just make a comment that some of the presenters have been concerned about making mistakes, and they've been asking questions. And all of us are on this same learning curve all together. We're just at different places along the curve. So there are no mistakes. We're making this up as we go along, and a lot of it is new to us. We've just learned a lot in the last couple of days ourselves. And so we're not worried about mistakes today. We're looking at that as a way that we're all learning and trying to figure out how to do education in a whole new world. So welcome to everyone. And Lee, I'm going to pass it over to you. And if you could give us a few technical details that people might want to know, that'd be great.
Sure, absolutely. So when we're running a Hangout on Air or a YouTube live event like we're doing today, we do ask that everyone who is on camera today, so the presenters have their microphones muted and that the microphones stay muted while the other classes are presenting. And please don't forget to unmute your microphone before you begin to talk. Kathy and I are both famous for forgetting to turn our microphones on, so it happens all the time. If you need to step away at any point, please turn off your camera and then just turn it back on when you return, and that way we'll know that you've had to step away. And if you're watching today's webcast, again, just a reminder that we're using Today's Meet as a back channel to share your thoughts and ideas and wonderings as classes present. Please stick around after the class presentations because we will be hosting a Q&A as well as a trivia challenge after all 7 classes have presented. Kathy, I'm going to turn things back over to you. And are we set to go with British Columbia, Kathy?
And I'm remembering to unmute my microphone. I was talking to all of you across Canada, but you couldn't hear me. Hello, everyone. So we're about to begin on the west coast of Canada. We put a little map up there. We're going to travel across Canada today, starting on the Pacific coast. We're going to turn the presentation over to the class of grade 3s, grade 4s, I hope I have that right, from Assumption Elementary School in the Catholic Independent Schools of Vancouver Archdiocese. They have some very interesting things to tell us from Powell River, British Columbia. So welcome, British Columbia. What can you share with us?
Good morning. Good morning. We're from British Columbia, grade 4 and 5. We're wondering if you have the photos to put up, and we have children that can tell you stories about them. So we'll start with our first students. Yes, yes, big voice.
Hi, I'm from grade 4.
Big voice.
A Tom and Elder. We had some trace outs from her and we added our own borders. Some glued the buttons on and some sewed them on. Then we hung them up to make a button blank display in the hallway. They were the cyan and art colors.
Can I interrupt you? I'm sorry that I can't hear. So I'm guessing that if I can't hear, other people across Canada can't hear. I think the speaker needs to be right at the computer.
We'll do that.
That would be great. Thanks.
This student is from grade 4.
Hi, I'm from grade 4 in BC.
Can you hear me?
We did.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
We can.
Hi, I am from grade 4 in BC. We did our button blankets in November with Betty, a Tla'amin elder. We had some trace outs from her and we added our own borders. Some glued the buttons on and some sewed them on. Then we hung them up to make a button blanket display in the hallway. They are the slime and art colors. Thank you.
Next picture, please.
Hi, I am in grade. Hi, I am in grade 5 at Assumption School. I'm talking to you about the Great Water Challenge that we won.
Big voice.
A few months ago, we entered in a challenge that we didn't know we were competing in for Canada 150. The challenge was to think about people around Canada that didn't have safe drinking water. So we challenged ourselves to drink out of a tap outside the school. We also asked the mayor of Powell River and the chief of the Tla'amin First Nation about the history of the water systems here. When we sent our PowerPoint video of us doing this challenge, the owners of the website told us we won the Canadian Great Waters Challenge. We won a trip to the Vancouver Aquarium to use a picture of a false killer whale.
Okay. Next photo. Big voice.
We're from grade 4.
Big voice.
This picture is taken from the top of Valentine Mountain, looking down at the Powell River Mill and the front of our town. I used to live on that mountain, which is really a hill. The Powell River Mill opened in 1912. I love the view. It has a beautiful sunset. Thanks.
Next picture. Bring your block.
Hi, I am from grade 5. This is my printmaking that I did last month. I had to carve it out in order to print it. I carved a dragon, but I really carved away the air around the dragon. This is called relief. In order to put it on the paper, you place the rubber print on paint on glass, roll it, and then stick it on to a piece of paper and roll again. Then you pull it off the paper like a stamp. Here's the print I made.
Next photo.
Good morning. I'm from grade 4. We did Project Heart. Project Heart is an art activity. We studied how the Canadian government treated the First Nation kids badly. This history is called residential schools. Churches managed the school and children were sent away from their families to school. The government made First Nation children lose their family traditions and their language. Some kids died in the residential schools. The black border on some tiles mean they never came back to their families. It is sad. We are doing this project with students from Saskatchewan.
Next photo.
We are from grade 4 at Assumption School in BC. My class and I went to the Vancouver Aquarium in May. My friends and I got to see the sea otters. They were almost gone from the coast during the fur trade. They were so fluffy and cute. We also saw that they loved doing tricks.
Next photo.
Hi, I am from grade 4 Assumption School, and I'm from also the Tongan Nation. And repeat after me. So, bear is Meha, dog is Cheno, cedar is Takamai.
And I'm from grade 4 too. I'm from First Nation too. The eagle is kite.
And thank you is Emot.
Thank you. So a little bit of language from our Tla'amin First Nation. Here's the next student. Thanks. He's just coming to the front.
There.
If you
You guys said that. So we get you in the front reading book. And no, and then when they come back, just shove it under your chair.
if you're in class, you have another
Forever.
mic.
No, you can't.
Hi, we are from grade 4 and 5 at Assumption, BC. We are going to talk about the Texas quarry. Old quarry is a great place to swim now, and the new quarry makes lots of jobs and money. They take out limestone and granite. Here is what it looks like. It still has hundreds of years of stones left to remove it. There.
Great job, guys. Thanks.
This is used from drywall, fertilizer, and chalk. Thank you. DCKP and KP.
Do we have any other photo? Okay, this one. Who's my final person from this photo?
You are.
Okay, this is one last student from grade 5 coming, and I think this is our final photo. One final student, then we'll turn off our mic.
Okay.
Hi, I'm from grade 5 from BC, and we got a new ferry. The only way we can leave our town is by a plane or 2 ferries. It is called the Salish Orca. I have gone on it. We got it in May.
And that's a welcome totem pole. Can you tell them that?
And this picture is a welcome totem pole to our island that we live in. Thank you.
Just before we wrap up, we are on the mainland of the West Coast, but we feel like we're on an island because we are limited as to how we get out. There is no road to our town yet. Thanks, and we look forward to hearing your stories.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, British Columbia. And we're going to go right on, because of time, we're going to go right on to Alberta. And I'd like to read you a little email that arrived this morning. It was sent to the school. So that it was sent to the grade 8 class of RF Staples. Good morning. We've had a number of alerts go off overnight from the main switch that connects RF Staples to the SuperNet. It looks like the power supply in that unit is starting to fail. It's stabilized for now, and we're ordering an emergency replacement. We should have it here within 48 hours. This will not impact graduation diplomas. In a worst case, we can work around it, et cetera, et cetera. Now, how many of us have had that kind of a thing happen to us right when we're about to do something with students? So the class from RF Staples is literally right now in the middle of making a video of their presentation, and we will put it into the recording of the live webcast so that they are a part of the live webcast. And we feel very badly for them because they had everything all ready to go. And they were going to tell us, they will tell us all about what it's like to live in farm country in north central Alberta. So thank you to the Westlock class from RF Staples, and I'm sorry that you're having internet problems. Always have a backup plan. So we're going to move right on to the grade 3 class from Connaught Community School in the Living Sky School District, which I think is such a cool name, in North Battleford, Saskatchewan. So North Battleford, grade 3s, can you take the mic and we'll get your slides up for you?
Can you hear us?
Yes, we can. That's great.
Is it nice and clear?
As long as you speak right close to the microphone.
Oh, go sit there. Thank you. Okay, we are ready to get started. We have a number of students who are going to tell about our school and our community. First, we have Cashton, who's going to sign hello. Okay. Remember, nice, loud, slow voices. Yeah.
Kanse. Connaught School is over 100 years old.
Kanse, we are located in North Battleford. Kanse, our school. Kanse, we have 217 students at our school.
Stop. Can you hear us clearly? Yeah? Okay.
It could be a little louder if they got a little closer. I think that would help, even though I can hear. We're just going to stop screen sharing so that we can see the kids, and you'll let us know when you want us to see the slides again.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of our favorite things about Connaught are
Our class went on 6 trips to experience our community. We are lucky to have gym every day.
Oh, wait, no. Here, we need our photos up, please.
Okay.
Doesn't matter which order. Come up here. Loud.
We went to Fort Battleford.
Okay, so there's a picture of the fort. Can we have the next photo?
We went to the baseball museum.
Next photo, please.
We went to the Fred Light Museum. 3 of the 6 trips.
Okay, that's it for those photos.
We are lucky to have gym every day.
No, come up here and louder. Louder.
We have a breakfast room that feeds us every morning.
Good.
We have lunch provided for us.
Loud.
We have a Tinkerland where we can build stuff and be creative and use our imagination and have fun.
That one was really nice and clear.
Good.
We have iPads and laptops that we can use every day.
We have after school programs. We have a very comfy library. We have rooms for reading.
We have Student of the Month and the Monday Assembly.
Could we hear that one again? I'm sorry. Can you say that one more time nice and clear?
We have Student of the Month and the Monday Assembly.
Student of the month and Monday assemblies.
Okay.
Now here is some information about our community. Our Our community is North Battleford, which is in Saskatchewan. We live on the Saskatchewan River.
Okay, and then. Oh, can you see? Up.
There we go.
There. Okay, go ahead.
We can have confusing weather in North Battleford.
Summer can be sunshine, can get windy. Sometimes we can have tornadoes. Winter can be slippery when there is ice. We can have deep snow. It can get very cold. It is sometimes 50 below zero. It's windy too.
Spring can be short sometimes. The snow comes back in the spring and can take a long time to melt, or it can be all gone the next day.
Oh, we can have wind beats on air is chilly. Days get shorter.
North Battleford became a village in 1906, a town in 1907, and a city in 1913. We have a lot of farming in our community.
Made our town.
And as Saskatchewan was played at Fort Battleford. There are a lot of fun things to do in our community.
Quiet, please.
You can go swimming at the pool, the lot, and lakes that surround our town. Bowling at the bowling alley is better.
At the field house, we could run, play soccer, and other sports. We have a new
Alley set.
We have museums. Red Light Western Development Museum, Fort Battleford, and Baseball Museum. North Star hockey games.
Fishing and camping at the lake around us.
The last one here. Loud and really clear, okay?
Those are some things that are great about North Battleford.
Those are just some of the things that are great about North Battleford. That is all from us.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to move on to the grade 6 class from Centennial Senior Public School in Brampton, Ontario. So North Battleford, if you could mute your microphone, and I can see that Brampton's all ready to go. You go ahead and begin.
Hi, we are grade 6 students from the school in Brampton, Ontario. Next slide, we will be talking about how diverse Brampton is.
Brampton is a very unique and diverse city. Brampton is very safe as it has friendly and caring people. We have 594,000 people here in Brampton. Next slide will be about excitements.
There are many places to go in Brampton, such as Gage Park and Ball Theater. I like Gage Park because there's many swimming pool sites to go. There's many lightings, and the theater is really big. Next, we're going to be talking about what makes Brampton special.
We think Brampton is special. One more slide.
Sorry, did you need me to go back a slide?
No, one more. Like next slide.
Like ahead?
Yeah, one ahead.
Perfect. Yeah, just let me know. Okay.
We think Brampton is special because it is a very inclusive city. It is the most populous city in all Canada.
Sorry, I meant 9 largest cities in all of Canada. We are also a very diverse city. We have amazing schools, which gives kids the education that they need, and amazing parks like Gage Park. And almost everything is in a healthy condition. We'll be talking about how Brand got its nickname of Flower City.
I'm going to interrupt a moment because I wouldn't normally do this, of course, but girls, if you could just hold on. What I'm getting is a message that what we're seeing is the class in North Battleford, and we're not seeing the slides.
You're not seeing my screen?
That's the message I've had in the chat.
Okay, so let me stop and we can start again. We can do a redo. So I'll share again.
And for the people who are watching, we do have a private chat amongst the classes that are participating, and some of them have sent a message saying we're not seeing. And also they're wanting to have a switch back and forth between the slides and the students. That's a bit hard to do for us. We'll try to do that for you. And Mr. Dobby's class, we're having difficulties. I know that you have bandwidth issues, but we're having, at least I'm having difficulty hearing the students. It's breaking up, and I'm not getting everything of what they're saying. So yeah, if they could stand a little closer. Okay. Whenever you're ready, we'll try it again. Okay, so we're seeing the slides now.
Perfect.
For grade 6 students from Centennial Senior Public School in Brampton, Ontario. We will be talking about how diverse Brampton is.
Brampton is a very unique and diverse city. Brampton is very safe as it has friendly and caring people.
The 594,000 people here in Brampton.
Next slide will be about sites.
Brampton has many places to go, such as Gage Park and Rose Theatre. I like Gage Park because there's many swings and slides to go on. Rose Theatre because the lighting's really good and the theater is really big. Next topic is going to be what makes Brampton special.
Special because it is a very inclusive city. It is the populous city inside. Oh wait, sorry, I meant this city and all. We're also a very diverse city. We have awesome schools, which gives the education that kids need, and awesome parks like Gage Park, and almost everything is in a healthy condition. In the next slide, we'll be talking about how Brampton got its nickname of Flower City.
Brampton is also known as the Flower City of Canada because of the massive greenhouse industries. Also, in 1860, flower nurseries and created the town's newest industries for agriculture. Became Brampton's largest employer, and so Brampton was known as the Flower City. And in the next slide, we will be talking about general facts about Brampton.
Oh, Flower City.
Brampton is one of the most well-known cities. The land of over 70 tongues is also known for 203 ethnic backgrounds. 266.7 kilometers square. And in that area, there are over 4,000 acres of park and 120 recreational areas. Populated city in all of Canada is also known for having multiple public celebrities. Lanes, a hip-hop artist, Alessia Cara, a pop artist, and Tyler Ennis, a professional basketball player. In the next slide, we will be talking about improvements to Brampton. Brampton may look like just glitz and glamour, but what we would love to see change in Brampton is more security in rundown and rural places because of robberies and fighting. Next slide.
This is the last one. This is the last slide that I have. Do you want me to stop sharing my screen?
Yes.
Hey, thank you very much, Brampton students. We've had a question. It's very difficult to switch back and forth between the slides and the students. So that's a bit of learning that we'll work on as well. So next up is Sir Charles Tupper, grade 3-4 in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Mrs. Wyatt, your class has your microphone on. I wonder if you could mute it.
We're worried if we turn our microphone off, we can't hear anything. Is there a place where we can turn it off? Because we've tried to turn off and it shuts all the sound off completely.
Okay, then the kids just need to be really quiet then.
All right, Nova Scotia, whenever you're ready.
Nova Scotia, I think you've muted your microphone instead of unmute your microphone.
Hello?
Can you try talking, Nova Scotia?
Somebody. Oh, there we are.
Perfect.
There we go. Can you talk now? You were so clear the other day, and today I'm not sure if you're frozen, but we're not seeing anyone move, and I've never seen students sit so perfectly still before. So I'm guessing that means you're frozen.
Well, do you want to move ahead to Newfoundland and we can come back to Nova Scotia?
Let's do that. Okay,
Perfect.
Newfoundland, are you ready? Because I'm excited to see what you've got to show and to share. So the class from Newfoundland is from Woodland Elementary School in Dildo, Trinity Bay, Newfoundland. So Mrs. Brown, I can see that you're unmuting your microphone.
Are we good?
We are good. Welcome.
Oh, I got her. Okay, perfect. Hi, how are you? Are you there?
We are here and we are so excited to hear from you.
Okay, good. We're on a bit of a time constraint because being the most East Coast and the latest ones, we literally dismiss in 3 minutes. So perhaps what we could do is just run through the slides quickly because we have a couple of songs that we want to perform for you.
Yes, please.
Okay, so two students who are going to come and explain the slides. So you can go ahead with them now.
Okay.
This is a picture I took today. I will tell you this one first of all because they're not prepared with this one. This is Dildo Cove this morning. That's the Atlantic Ocean coming right up to the shores of Dildo, which is the hometown of our school.
Next slide.
Next slide, yeah, sorry. And not quite where we're located. If you look at the little peninsula between St. John's and your arrow, that's actually where we're to. So it's south of the arrow.
Next slide, please.
This is the grade 3 class.
And her join.
And they're not with us today because they're on their field trip. However, they've contributed some pictures that they've drawn of our local community. Next slide. Well, this is our little video first. Go ahead.
Is that okay? All right.
Yeah, that's fine. It shows the grade 3 students.
Pictures they drew and the pictures that were taken.
It shows our everyday life and shows some scenery specific to our province.
So the first, or one of them there is our school, Newfoundland Elementary, and above it are the pictures that the grade 3s drew. And going in the same slide to the right of that picture was taken from White Way,
Which is the next community of ours. That's our bell. Next slide. So this is just showing you where the fishing stages are too, where they store their nets and the boats and the wharves and the Atlantic Ocean once again. Next slide.
This is the Anglican Church in New Harbour.
Next slide.
This is the store. It's just a drugstore where we get our groceries and medicine.
Next slide.
And this is our school bus. We take the school bus almost every day. Most of us do.
There's 3 buses that service the school, and the school is made up of students from 5 local communities. Next slide. This shows what we call slab ice, like the ice cubes that are almost melted in your glass. This is slab ice that comes down from the Arctic and fills up our bay in spring, thanks to Mother Nature.
And there is the shag rock that is also in my bay.
Next slide.
That's the last one.
Oh, okay, good. Well, the grade 6s are here today, and they're, I'm just going to quickly recap now. We're going to perform a little bit of a song that they're going to do for their grade 6 graduation tomorrow night, because our school, which is K to 6, they leave and they go to the senior high school 10 minutes away called Crescent Collegiate. And we just want to show you that we listen to the same music, basically, as everybody else do around the world. So they're going to perform a little bit of that for you. And then we got a treat for the closing. We're going to perform a traditional Newfoundland song with some fiddles and accordions and mandolin. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3.
I had a dream so big and loud, I jumped so high I touched the clouds. Oh, 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 oh. I stretched my hands up to the sky, dancing boxes through the light. Oh, 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 oh. I never will get back. Whoa, I never get up. No, just go away now. It's gonna be the best day of my life. It's gonna be the best day of my life.
So that's our first song.
That is wonderful.
Thank you. And now we're going to perform a traditional Newfoundland tune that's called Mussels in the Corner.
That is so awesome. That is wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're going to wave goodbye and say thank you because we have to send them off to the bus. I'll stay for a few moments, however.
Okay. So thank you very much, Newfoundland. It was nice to meet you.
Wonderful. If you wouldn't mind muting the microphone while they head out, that would be amazing. Thank you. That was awesome. So do we have Nova Scotia back with us and good to go? Kathy, your microphone's muted. Kathy, your microphone's muted.
I'll never learn. Nova Scotia is having a lot of trouble getting in where they can actually present. So I'm wondering, Laura, if you're there, if you want to give it a try. If not, if it's not working, we can do a video of yours as well and attach it to this, like we're doing Alberta.
Okay, look.
Andrew Dobby says that the back channel schools had a national sing-along.
Nice, nice. Absolutely.
Very cool.
Riveting, right?
We should do that. Music Monday.
Yeah, we can hear you and we can see you.
We got some of the provinces. We talked about 3. And Newfoundland, Catherine.
Laura, are you set to?
Oh, there we are.
Newfoundland, I think your mic is still on.
Can you hear us?
We can hear you.
Yes. And Nova Scotia, we're hoping that you're going to be able to present. We can see you that you're back in. Okay, Nova Scotia, are you there?
Are you?
Nope, they're not here. So
Are you in Nova Scotia?
Yes, we're looking for Nova Scotia. What we've got right now is a black screen. But we heard you talking. So I'm wondering, Lee, if we want to show the video of Northern Quebec, and then we'll give Nova Scotia one more try. It's already 16 minutes after 1 here in Ontario, so we don't have an awful lot of time.
Yep, let's do that. Here we go. Okay, so do you want to give an introduction, Kathy, and then I'll
you're leaving this to me. I have been practicing because I actually talked with the kids from the Ularac School in the Quebec School Board in Northern Quebec, and they have a way of teaching people how to say where they're from. And it's basically, can you see a truck? Can you swallow a truck? So it's Kangiqsualujjuaq. That's my best guess right now. And I apologize for any Inuit speaking people. I practiced Kangiqsualujjuaq. That's my closest.
Kangiqsualujjuaq. Yes, there's like a rhythm to it, right? Kangiqsualujjuaq.
It's very soft and guttural in the back of your throat, but it's very difficult for English-speaking people to make those kinds of sounds. So can you show their video, which is really wonderful?
Absolutely.
Ooh, they're way up north.
Love that video. So Nova Scotia, are you there and do you want to give it a try? Nope, they've gone out again. So Lee, you have some questions that Andrew Dobby has been collating from the back channel, and we've got a list of them. Do you want to try a question to any of the groups that are still here? We have Powell River in BC, we have Saskatchewan, and we have Ontario.
All right, well, why don't we go to BC? We have some interesting questions here, and I'm going to pick this one because I'm curious myself. How do you tame an otter? Do you have those skills? I'm curious to know. That's one of the questions that the people watching want to know.
No, we can't tame an otter.
Oh, you can't tame an otter. Okay. Well, I have another question for you then, since you're here. The audience watching wants to know, is there a special way to make a totem pole?
Yes. Yeah.
And can you explain how you do that?
Hang on. We're going to just get one of our boys to come back. His dad is a carver, and he has done carving for Bartholomew that has sent 2 totem poles to Croatia,
to Slovenia, and we were supposed to go to Hong Kong, but my dad, his gallstones, he had to get them taken out, so we didn't go.
But the totem pole did go. Ask your question and he'll try and answer it.
Okay, so I think people are curious. How do you make a totem pole? How do you do that?
So you have to get, I think it's better if you get a cedar tree. It has to be kind of small, at least 16 feet, what my dad does mostly. So you cut off the branches if there's any, or all the outside. And then, so I don't really know how to, but there's like specific knives that you use, so like to skim some stuff off, and it has to be wet sometimes. Otherwise, if it gets more dry, some cracks start to go into it. So then that's how it breaks apart sometimes. And my dad, he's making one for our house. So yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. All right, well, let's see. And sorry, Kathy, did you say that Alberta, we have Alberta here still?
No, we have Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan, perfect. So I have 2 questions for Saskatchewan. One of the questions from our audience is, do you have basements in your homes?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
No, I don't.
You can hear us?
Yes, we can.
Do we have basements in our homes?
Does someone want to come to the camera and talk about what your basements look like?
Right here. Anna, can you move in the front? Yeah, right here. Go ahead.
What are your basements like?
My basement's big. It has a room with a bathroom in it. 2 bathrooms, actually. The chimney's in it.
So you like fireplace? Fireplace in the basement? Okay. Is our ground soft enough to have basements? Yes.
And there's carpet on some floors hard.
Some floors hard and some. Okay. Does anyone else want to tell about their basement? Come on up, Shannon. Loud and clear.
Okay. My mom sleeps upstairs. I sleep downstairs because I got all my stuff down there. I got a lot of stuff down of my basement.
Amazing. Well, I want to sneak in another. Yeah, can I sneak in another question?
Of course.
The people watching also want to know what the weather is like. What's the weather like where you live?
Karen, come up here. You want to come up? No? Joel, come on up. Stand right here, nice and clear.
Sometimes it's confusing and it's hot. Sometimes, but sometimes it's cold.
Yes. Can it get quite hot?
Yeah.
How cold does it get in the winter?
50 below.
50 below. Do we go outside at recess when it's that cold?
No.
So I think what you just said was that in the winter when it's really cold, you don't go outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, we stay inside when it gets too cold.
Oh my God, Shanna, your mom's here.
How cold does it get here in the winter sometimes?
50 below.
50 below 0.
Oh, wow. What would happen if you went outside? Who can tell me? What would happen?
One person. Create up here. What happens when you go outside? Minus 50. What does it feel like when you go outside?
It's very cold.
What happens to your face?
Yes, and it turns red and your ears start to hurt as well.
Yes. Did you hear that?
We sure do. We did, yeah, we did. All right, let's, sorry, who else is here, Kathy? I'm in a different screen here. I've got lots of questions, Kathy. Who should we ask? Is your mic on?
Brampton, Ontario is here.
All right, Brampton. So we have, how do you travel to school each day? That's one of the questions our audience wants to know. How do you travel to school each day?
Oh, keep your face lit up there. Sure.
Just we go by bus, car. Normally, like we're from when we go to on bike or walk.
Okay, and we can do.
Like 20 minutes. 1 hour. 1 hour, 30 minutes is maximum.
Okay, that's a long time to be on the bus. That's a really long time. All right, and Kathy, let's we maybe have time for one more, or it's almost 1:28. You know what? I think we should I feel like we should maybe move on, Kathy, and what do you think?
I think that you should give me the, yes, exactly. I just took the camera. What I'm going to say that we are going to skip the lovely fun trivia game, and what I'll do is make a little video explaining how to play it, because it's quite fun, and we will put that in the follow-up video, the follow-up email, so that all the participants watching, you can do this at the end of, Lee, you're showing your screen or not?
Yep.
But I'm not going to Okay, so we're jumping here. Can you, okay, I'm going to be quiet. You take over and do these few slides.
Okay, so I just wanted to tell you, if there's so many great questions being asked, and we want to give you a space to be able to share those answers to your questions. So we have a few places where you can do that. What we'd recommend is visiting a Kids Guide to Canada website at akgtcanada.com. And on this special page here that we've created, KidsMeet Canada website, we will gladly post your questions, and we would encourage you to share your answers with us, either as a video, a podcast, in photos, a piece of writing, anything that you like. Poems are fabulous. I love the music from today. We also want to encourage you to visit our interactive map of Canada to find other classes across the country that you might like to learn more about. And you can also access the map on our website. And finally, when you find classes on the interactive map of Canada, what we want to encourage you to do is then visit the Digital Human Library to actually connect with those classes, very much like what we're doing today, exactly like what we're doing today, to learn a little more about each other. And Kathy, I'm going to stop there and I'll turn it back over to you.
And I'm going to turn it over to Julia, because we've got, it's 1:30 now, but I think if we take the last 5 minutes for Julia, she's got an important announcement to make.
All right, Julia, I'm going to get your stuff going here.
Perfect. Yeah, I just unmuted myself, but yeah, my name is Julia, and I'm from an organization called Worldviews. And we're really excited to be working with the Kids Guide to Canada on a project called the Next 150 that we'd love for all of you to be involved in the fall. And it's really a continuation of the kind of amazing work that you're doing together and bringing young people across the country together to share your vision for what you want the next 150 years to look like. So, Leah, we have a little video. I wonder if you have it there.
I do. I'm all set. I'm going to go ahead and do that, okay?
Thank you.
What do you want your Canada to be like 150 years from now? For Canada's 150th anniversary, join young Canadians from classrooms all across the country in a national discussion to share your vision for the next 150. Share your ideas and hear what other young people think about important issues to Canadians. Together, your voices will form a collective vision for the next 150 years and a blueprint for how you and future generations can get us there. Make sure your voice is heard. Sign up now for your class to be part of the next 150 discussion on worldviews starting this September 2017.
So that came across as an audio, not a video. Lee, we're still seeing your Digital Human Library screen. We'll leave that as a audio. Julia, can I pass it over to you? Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, so I think what would be great is if you go to worldviews.com/150, I can type it into this chat box here. Yeah, and basically you can join now with your class, as well as there's some really exciting projects you can all work on together and add to a Kids Guide to Canada as well. So we're excited for you to be involved in that. Awesome. I don't know, I can see the slides here.
Carol, I'm wondering, your class is making a lot of noise that's making it difficult for us to hear. British Columbia, I'm wondering if you can mute your microphone. I don't think they can hear us.
Yeah, well, I can, actually, Lee, I wonder if you could get on to the next slide.
You can.
Perfect.
Can we go ahead?
We're still seeing the first one.
Okay, I have switched it.
It's just taking a minute. But yeah, so basically, I can explain just verbally what it's all about. So essentially, the Next 150 is a national bilingual discussion that's going to bring together thousands of young people from all over the country. And the same as what's happening now. And to contribute to this national discussion, and all of your voices will come together to actually make a real world impact, because you're going to be forming a Next 150 vision of what you want the future of Canada to look like. So it's extremely exciting that you could be forming this vision and actually help to create this blueprint of what you want it to be, and to help us all get there.
Yeah, unfortunately, Julia, I'm not sure why. I've tried three times. Do you want me to try one more time, or do you want to just keep chatting? I know we're kind of running out of.
No, we're already over time, so I just wonder if we will put that in the follow-up to make sure that everybody sees it. And Andrew is saying that he's posted the Worldviews info in the chat for the viewers as well. So we'll make sure the information gets out there. I think there are classes that need to go. Some probably have left already. So I just wonder if, Lee, you could take over and just do the final thank you, and we'll be done.
You got it. All right, on behalf of the Kids Guide to Canada and Worldviews, we'd like to thank our KidsMeet Canada classes for joining us today to share their incredible experiences living in communities across Canada. We'd also like to thank Andrew Dobby for his support in preparing for the webcast and manning the back channel conversation going on in today's meet. Finally, we'd like to thank all of you for watching our webcast today and joining us in conversation about what it's like to live in Canada. KidsMeet Canada webcast will resume again in the fall, so you can meet even more students living from coast to coast to coast who want to connect with you and share what it's like to live in communities across this great country. If you'd like to get involved in a Kids Guide to Canada, please visit our website at akgtcanada.com to learn more and to register for the project. You can also find us on Twitter at akgtcanada. Thank you again for joining us today for our first ever National Kids Meet Canada webcast. On behalf of Kathy Beach, myself, Lee Castle, A Kids Guide to Canada, and Worldviews, we wish you all a very safe and happy summer, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. You stopped it.